Liam's shocking hospital ordeal sets off a chain of dramatic confrontations on this week's episode. After suffering multiple head injuries and being hooked up to various machines, Liam struggles to recall the events leading up to his collapse, leaving Steffy torn between keeping his condition secret and informing Finn, who's a doctor. Liam's vague recollections reveal heated clashes with Bill over the release of Luna from prison, a decision that Bill defends despite its risks to the family. Meanwhile, Finn and Bill engage in a tense exchange about family loyalty and responsibility. Finn is outraged that Bill's actions with Luna could endanger everyone, while Bill dismisses Liam's interference as meddling. The conflict deepens as Finn learns just how high the stakes are when he arrives at the ICU, where Steffy desperately fights to protect everyone involved. Elsewhere, Sheila makes a chilling statement about Steffy, determined to keep her distance from her own family's troubles. Sheila's bold move hints at a future battle for control over family loyalties, especially as Luna's complicated relationship with her father and Will Spencer comes into play. This personal feud is further fueled by simmering tensions at Forrester Creations, where rivalries and shifting alliances turn even a routine day at the office into a powder keg of emotions. As Deacon and Carter exchange heated words in an office brawl and Daphne navigates personal betrayals, the episode leaves viewers on edge, wondering whose loyalties will hold and whose lives will be forever changed by the day's events. Stay tuned for more updates as the drama intensifies both in the hospital and at Forrester Creations. Greetings, dear viewers, and welcome to Luxurious Night. Sheila makes a chilling remark about Steffy, and Liam makes a perplexing request. Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. Sheila wants Steffy out of her family's life. Steffy finds out Liam and Bill clashed, and Deacon puts Carter on notice on the bold and the beautiful today. Steffy does not want Liam to tax himself while he is in the hospital, but it could be beneficial if he can recall anything. He's amazed at how many machines he's connected to. She reassures him that Grace lessened the pressure on the brain and halted the bleeding. He struck his head twice. Outside his father's house, she discovered him lying on the ground. Have you fallen? What took place? Bill and Finn face off. Finn yells out to Bill as he passes his office. You got a minute. Bill enters and announces that he is going to see a former business partner. He assumes Finn wants to discuss his long-lost daughter Luna with him. He is confronted by Finn for allowing Luna to leave prison despite knowing that she assaulted Steffy and killed 2 others. Finn is amazed when Bill responds, "You're welcome." Does he believe his actions were right? Bill is fed up with Finn and his philanthropic son. He has had enough of today. You and Liam got into a fight over Luna? Questions Finn. He finds out that he accused Bill of endangering his own family and was angry that he had released her from prison. You don't think Luna is dangerous? Asks Finn. Liam should keep his freaking opinions to himself, according to Bill. Finn questions whether he will say the same to him. Bill claims that his circumstances are different. Liam got embroiled in something that had nothing to do with him. He also resigned from Spencer. He can do anything he wants to get his little shorts in a bunch. Steffy hears startling news. Steffy asks Liam in his room if there was any incident at his father's place. In a flashback, Liam is shown fighting with Bill and leaving Spencer Publications. I quit, he rasps. Your job, Steffy says. Why, he responds, Luna. Bill freed her from prison, putting her and Kelly in jeopardy. Steffy enjoys working with his dad, but he understands. In a flashback, Liam is yelling at Bill to go before he comes back. He recalls tripping and feeling dizzy. My father, he says. Steffy exclaims, You were harmed by Bill? According to Steffy, Liam confronted Bill about Luna. According to Liam, it heated up. He was attempting to keep the family safe. He gets a convicted killer out of prison. Now he's going off on you? Steffy asks in amazement. What's happening? It's unbelievable that Bill would act in this manner. Sheila aims for Steffy. Sheila observes that people are typically not pleased to be related to her in Deacon's residence. According to Luna, her grandma assisted her after Bill released her, but she had nowhere to go. Sheila assures me that she will never be by herself. Luna smiles and says, I will never turn my back on you. It's been a while since she felt this optimistic about her future. Sheila questions whether her attraction to Will Spencer is related to it. Although Luna is eager to meet him once more, she is now preoccupied with other things. Sheila understands that Finn loves his kids, so she says, "I've been thinking about my dad. And the fact is, you are his child, Luna." Sheila is delighted to know who she is, and she says, "I couldn't be more grateful." Sheila is thankful for her, and Finn should be too. Luna deserves a bond with her father since children are the best gift. They argue about Finn's capacity for love for Luna. A parent's love, in Sheila's opinion, is unconditional. It was obvious to Luna that he had feelings for her. When he gave her a hug, Sheila felt the same emotion, but Steffy tore him away from her before they could do anything about it. Luna is also skeptical that she will consent to him dating her. Sheila believes she can no longer allow Steffy to meddle in their affairs. Carter and Daphne chase Deacon away. Deacon is furious at Forrester over Carter's betrayal of his daughter. "This is an office, not a bar," Daphne shouts. According to Deacon, his daughter worked in that workplace until Carter let her down. Carter will pay for this, he promises. According to Daphne, Carter's actions were righteous and noble. Fifi is told to keep her mouth shut by Deacon. Carter yells, "Leave her alone." Daphne tells Deacon that his daughter did something wrong and that he is not supporting a victim. Deacon quips that Hope was correct about them. They make a formidable duo. "Talk to me," Carter dares Deacon, to which Deacon replies, "Or what?" Before she calls security, Daphne intervenes and instructs Deacon to leave. Charlie doesn't need to be bothered, according to Deacon. Carter advises him to go because he's said enough. Deacon claims that Hope would still be employed there if he truly loved her. Daphne claims that Hope started this by saying, "If I were you, Frenchie, I'd watch my back." Deacon leaves and Daphne sniffs. What an unpleasant man. She examines Carter's eye injury. Deacon tells Carter he doesn't want to see his face again, saying, "I don't want to see you at the restaurant, and I don't want to see you anywhere near my daughter, or I will come back here, and we will finish this, Carter." Carter thanks Daphne for being compassionate as she dabs at his cut with a handkerchief. Hope's father, she laments, is a jerk and totally out of line. He attacked him incorrectly. Carter believes that by supporting Ridge, he betrayed Hope. "Because you didn't sacrifice your career for her?" Daphne laughs. They discuss Hope's support for his takeover despite the fact that she wasn't employed by the business at the time. Daphne assumes that she did lose him. Between them, it's over. Hope, according to Carter, doesn't want to interact with him. Daphne approaches. She has a lot of ideas for things they could do. She tells Carter he's more attractive than ever after bandaging his eye. "I'm not the type of guy to get into fights to impress a woman," he laughs. Daphne discusses his grace and honesty. "Are you saying that he's a nice guy?" asks Carter. "He is unlike anyone she has ever encountered. He values her friendship and support. It's time for him to move on," Daphne says. In front of him is Hope's past and his future. She purrs as she approaches. "Your future is now." An odd request. Bill believes that Finn need to thank him in the hospital for saving Luna's life. Here, he is not the villain. He is just as dim as his son if he is unable to see that. Steffy lashes out at his son in Liam's room, saying that Bill has gone utterly crazy. "Your brain injury is potentially fatal. She can't tell anyone about this," Liam tells her. Nobody is aware of his presence or the fact that he was injured. Especially Kelly. Steffy finds it incomprehensible.
People are interested in him.
She understands that he doesn't want to frighten the children, but she must inform Finn because he is her husband. He will find out because he is a doctor there. She tells Finn over the phone that she's okay, but that she's at the hospital. Saying it's Liam, she invites him to visit the intensive care unit. After disconnecting, she informs Liam that they will share all of Finn's memories with him. "Are you okay? We're here for you. We're family," she sobs, recalling how horrifying it was to see him covered in blood on the ground. Liam thanks Mary for saving his life, saying, "I truly thought you were gone." During the week of April 7th to 11th, the bold and the beautiful is not holding back. Is it better to suggest that it lacks karate skills? Deacon arrives at Forrester Creations with a bone to pick with Carter, the shin bone, as you may have seen in the show's sneak peek preview trailer, which you can view in its entirety below. The owner of Il Giardino is incensed at the COO for harming Hope, asking, "How many times must my daughter experience heartbreak?" and gives Carter a leg kick. After Deacon unleashes his full-on Cobra Kai, Carter appears to conclude it might be wise to defend himself. In other news, Luna is, in the words of Chapel Roan, hot to go. The problem is that she can't manage to convince Will to accompany her. As she gripes to her grandmother Sheila about her inability to comprehend Bill's son's behavior with that prissy Elector Forrester, Will is kissing his girlfriend. Kissing, kissing, kissing. Brooks seemed to be anticipating Ridge's arrival at the office back at Forrester. Instead of waiting to see if he has entered, she simply emerges wearing lingerie that is certain to become the next best-selling item in Brooks' bedroom. Naturally, Taylor is the one she meets in person rather than Ridge. Even if her opponent is waiting for her partner in a nightgown for business purposes, we can only image how she will respond. The Bold and the Beautiful Wednesday, April 9th recap. Steffy calls Finn to ICU and blames Bill. Liam demands secrecy. The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB, recap for Wednesday, April 9th shows that Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood called John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, to the intensive care unit, ICU, and blamed Bill Spencer, Don Diamont. This is how it all transpired since Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, also campaigned for concealment. Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, shoved Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, out of Forrester Creations and threatened to call security on him again. Deacon stomped off after making it plain that Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, was not allowed to be around Hope or in Il Giardino. Carter's future lay ahead of him, so Daphne encouraged him to put Hope behind him and wrapped the cut on his head. Then, in the BNB episode on Wednesday, Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, met in secret with Sheila Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, who promised that Luna would never abandon her grandchild. Talk shifted to Steffy being a romantic obstacle as Luna considered how she had connected with Finn after the fatherhood announcement. Sheila made a menacing implication that she would no longer allow Steffy to get in the way of her relationship with Finn and her relationship with Luna. Liam remembered bits and pieces of the drama with Bill at the Spencer mansion while he was in the hospital. Steffy had a flashback to falling and hitting his head on the way down after Liam told him about leaving Spencer Publications because of Luna. Steffy mistook Liam's reference to Bill and began accusing Liam's father of doing this to him. Steffy was pressured by Liam to keep everyone, particularly Kelly Spencer, Sophia Parras, in the dark about his most recent medical crisis. Steffy countered that Liam had loved ones who would be curious about what was happening. Steffy understood Liam's reluctance to worry the kids, but she couldn't let Finn down and chose to phone him to provide updates. At the doctor's request, Bill stopped by Finn's office when he was visiting a colleague elsewhere in the hospital. After battling Liam, Bill wasn't in the mood for another lecture, so Finn snapped at him for rescuing Luna from prison. Bill believed he had done the right thing in Luna's eyes and said that Finn was equally as stupid as Liam if he disagreed. After Bill left, Steffy called Finn about Liam and urged him to come to the intensive care unit. Steffy returned her focus to Liam and talked about how frightening it was to nearly lose him as Finn made his way in that direction. Liam thanks Steffy again for saving his life. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffy and Liam's relationship will only become stronger from now on, so keep an eye out for any problems that could arise in her marriage to Finn. For more information about BNB, check back often as CDL will have more smoldering spoilers, news, and updates. According to spoilers for Thursday, April 10's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, BNB, John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, will provide advice on Liam Spencer's, Scott Clifton, medical case, while Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, must make a significant Hope Logan, Annika Noel decision. Finn was just called to Liam's ICU room by Steffy Forrester, played by Jacqueline McInnes Wood, at the hospital. Finn will be glad that Liam survived his surgery and that his recuperation is proceeding smoothly, so he will head straight there and obtain the latest information. Finn will have a crucial conversation with Dr. Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech, who oversees Liam's care, regarding his condition and any further treatments he may require. According to BNB spoilers, Finn will stop at nothing to assist Liam since he understands how essential he is to Steffy and Kelly Spencer's, Sophia Parras, lives. Steffy might persuade Liam that they must at least offer Kelly a kid-friendly version of the narrative, even though he wants to keep his medical experience private, especially from Kelly. Kelly will become even more suspicious and worried if Liam is forced to miss the father-daughter dance because she is already inquiring about his whereabouts. Bill Spencer, Don Diamant, who is also at the hospital, would learn that Liam is a patient there and respond to the startling information of what his son has endured. Carter will continue to be urged by Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, at Forrester Creations to put hope behind him and concentrate on the brand new future that lies just ahead. Carter will need to determine whether he is prepared to move on from Hope and start a new chapter with Daphne. It's obvious that Carter still harbors feelings for Hope and regrets the outcome of her line. Carter, meantime, is annoyed by Hope's resistance to acknowledging that the takeover scheme was flawed. Daphne will forecast that Carter will be happier if he accepts his independence, but will Carter actually choose to move on? According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter must make a big decision soon, so pay attention. The sexiest spoilers for Bold and The Beautiful will be available on CDL. Early April 14th to 18th spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Zen gets shot and Taylor slaps Brooke. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila's dangerous fixation on Luna and Bill's guilt trip. Thus, Sheila Carter, Kimberlyn Brown, is embracing her role as a grandmother to Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, on Wednesday, April 9th. Sheila is undoubtedly taking a huge risk for Luna, even in spite of Deacon Sharp's, Sean Cannon, worries and his threat of me or her. Additionally, she could lose Deacon if she is not careful. However, I think they can handle this. Bill Spencer, Don Diamant, is confronted by Finn, Tanner Novlin, for releasing Luna. Bill has greatly complicated Finn's life by doing this. Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, alleged that Finn abandoned his daughter Luna, therefore Bill would accuse Finn of doing such. Finn may be being guilt-tripped by Bill. And it might work, too. However, do you know which father is most deserving of a guilt trip? Bill Spencer, played by Don Diamant. And he would soon learn the truth about his son's condition. Scott Clifton's character, Liam Spencer, is bewildered in the hospital in the meanwhile. Furthermore, it is still difficult to determine whether he is aware of the day or his current stage of life. He is obviously aware of Steffy's identity, but that's about it. He did inquire as to whether Steffy was called. Does he still consider her to be his wife and emergency contact, then? Before we can understand the whole scope of what's happening within his injured brain, we need to hear him speak a little bit more. B&B spoilers, Liam's medical emergency, Carter's romantic predicament, and possible amnesia drama. On Thursday, April 10th, Daphne Rose, Muriel Hilaire, will resume her efforts to soften Carter Walton, Lauren St. Victor, after ending the fight between Carter and Deacon and declaring that Hope Logan, Annika Noel, lacks respect. Daphne wants Carter to move on, so we'll see her pressuring him to acknowledge that his relationship with Hope is ended. She therefore desires for him to move on with her. I therefore anticipate that we will see more kisses between Daphne and Carter in the near future. He learned how to move quickly between women from the Master, Ridge Forrester, Torsten K., so it's not like he has a major problem with it. In the meantime, Grace discusses Liam's severe illness with Tanner Novlin's character, Dr. John Finnegan. Naturally, Finn is in the hospital. And since we've been promised a whole different kind of plot with Liam, something significant may be happening with this. Because of the repeated head trauma, we can have some degree of forgetfulness or long-term health effects. He has suffered traumatic brain injury from at least 5 severe concussions. There could be danger to his life.
We shall see.
According to what Grace tells him, she is speaking to Finn in the capacity of a doctor, which further complicates matters. In order to avoid violating Liam's right to medical privacy and HIPAA, he might also need to keep Steffy in the dark about it. Thus, this is likely to be a somewhat shady area. Bold and the Beautiful does not do a fantastic job of adhering to HIPAA. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. Brooke's seductive maneuvers, Luna's temptation, and Will's impatience. As is rather typical of them, Elector Forrester, Linnea Grace, and Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, are making out at work on Friday, April 11th. After that, we'll see them discussing how to go with their relationship, but they're not quite in agreement. Electra isn't ready for intimacy, but Will is. Will is also adamant that he has patience. However, when we examine what's going on inside his thoughts, we realize that perhaps he isn't actually that patient. Luna and Sheila are planning to end their relationship. Luna will undoubtedly continue to press herself on Will and offer closeness now that Electra is not sharing bedding with him. This week, Luna and Sheila are at Il Giardino discussing how Will is wasting his time with Electra and that she is not a suitable fit for him. Will definitely be tempted by Luna's beauty, in my opinion. Even if it could be hate sex or whatever, Luna is likely to accept any scraps she can find. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. Brooks works on Ridge. After attempting to persuade Ridge to rehire Hope, Brooke has moved on. She is currently attempting to convince Ridge to have sex with her. Brooke appears to have finished requesting that Ridge get back together, and as the week comes to an end, she will simply make an overtly sexy move. Brooke then dons a purple bra and underwear pair. And when she waits for Ridge in the CEO's office, she is waiting on him in an outfit that isn't proper for the workplace. Although I don't believe they have a modeling session set up, they do offer a lingerie collection. But it's Taylor, not Ridge, who enters and gets a hard time. Brooke will let out a startled scream. The issue then becomes how she can defend her actions once Taylor caught them. Oh, it's a new design for Brooke's bedroom. She will probably attempt to claim. Okay, so there aren't any other models? This is going to be a huge deal, you know. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. Liam's crisis, Taylor versus Brooke, and Carter's new romance. We're going to watch for a heated exchange between Carter and Daphne over the week of April 14th to 18th, as it appears he now understands that Hope will never look at him the same way again. Daphne will eventually get what she wants and have her way with Carter. Hope is already planning ahead and what comes next, so she could not care much other than to be a little sour. After what she perceives to be a seductive act, Taylor has had enough of Brooke. She will undoubtedly attempt to claim that Brooke's bedroom has a new design. However, Taylor might remind her that Ridge has lost interest in sharing Brooke's bedroom or bed. She might give Taylor a retort. Additionally, Brooke might maintain that she is merely attempting to reclaim the man Taylor took from her. Spoilers for Bold and the Beautiful. Taylor takes action. It doesn't matter that Ridge was the one who left Brooke and went to bed with Taylor. Brooke will just point the finger at Taylor, of course. I'm just curious whether Taylor will let Ridge know that Brooke won't be acting professionally at work and that she doesn't want to handle this. Additionally, Taylor would like Ridge delegate the bedroom line to another designer. After the cancellation of Hope for the future, Zend really needs a project. Furthermore, Ridge isn't getting any softer about restarting the line. That makes sense then. Brooke will be able to run around in her panties in front of Zend. Naturally, when Hope learns of Liam's medical emergency, she might offend Steffy in the hospital. Will they argue about who should look after Liam? Naturally, Bill's remorse about Liam's near-death experience consumes him. He might tell Finn that he shouldn't wait too long to visit Luna because he might lose her at any point. That's how life is. Thank you for viewing this video. Please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button.